Hey everybody, it's Jim here, and the summer is almost over. Many of us who are parents are preparing or already have sent our children back off to school for the new year. And I wanted to make this video to talk about the importance of music in a child's life, as well as how to find the correct instrument, specifically when you're talking about guitars, for your child if that is something that they are showing interest in. Now, this is not a sponsored video. However, there were two catalysts that prompted me to want to make this. The first, that Tolman is having a great back to school sale that starts today. If you do use the affiliate link down below, it will help out the channel. I get a small percentage of a commission. However, the main reason that I'm making this is because a few weeks ago, I went through a specific process with my 6-year-old daughter trying to find her a guitar that she would really love. And I want to share with you exactly how that went, because it did not go exactly as planned. All right, to begin with here, one of the most important things that I feel we have done as a family was introduce our child to music at an extremely young age. Basically out of the womb, it was music all the time, whether we were playing classical music or stuff that we liked that was age appropriate, or playing our own songs with our daughter in the room and getting used to just being in that kind of family. As she grew up, she became more interested, whether I was playing the drums or playing the guitar. My wife was singing, and once she got old enough, she started messing around with some of the other things that we had lying around the house that were musical instruments. Some, little xylophone toys, but also things like the ukulele. Now, if your child is 5 years old or younger, I would highly recommend starting off with an ukulele, because my daughter was immediately attracted to this as soon as 1.5 years old, and she has painted this thing. We have kept it intact. Believe it or not, this thing is actually pretty sturdy, and she still plays to this day. But what I love about the ukulele, and why I think it's such a great choice for a small child, the first thing worth considering here is they don't have a very big wingspan with their arms. So if you put a Les Paul in their hands, it's going to be like 5 feet away. More on that later. However, the other thing that's really important is it's really easy to start making good sounds with it. You can just use one finger and beautiful. And you're off to the races, ready to go. Now, if you're somebody who plays guitar and you don't own an ukulele, I would also recommend that you do it for yourself as well, because it makes for a fun travel instrument. You can get yourself into genres you might not necessarily have been playing prior to that if you're just a normal guitar player. And also, it's a really underrated practice tool if you want to work on your finger picking, your triads, and all that kind of fun stuff. And just as a quick side note, leave a comment and let me know if you'd like to see me do a review of this Fender Jazzmaster ukulele. And while you're down there, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. However, back to the guitar. If your child is showing any interest in this instrument, the most important advice that I can give you is to get in the car with your kid and drive to your local music store so you can try out as many guitars as you can. This is extremely vital because you want to make sure that the guitar is comfortable both in their lap sitting, not too heavy, and also that they have full access to the entire instrument without feeling like they're stretching 5 miles away. We recently did this ourselves. We drove to the local guitar center. We tried a plethora of guitars, and a lot of them she really loved the look of, but when it came down to sitting and playing, she's just too small for the majority of them. We ended up walking with none of those guitars. However, there was one guitar that really did impress me, and that was the Epiphone Power Player. That's a guitar that comes in at under $300. It's got a really short scale length of under 23 inches, when the typical scale length, this Gibson Les Paul, is 24 3/4. A Fender one is 25 1/2. It's very, very easy to play, but it's actually built well, and it felt like a real instrument. When we played the mini Squier Stratocaster, that felt more like a toy, and I don't know what I was expecting from the Epiphone, foam. But if you have a kid that's a little bit bigger, maybe 7, 8 years old, I think that'd be a perfect fit. And quality outside of feel and comfort is extremely important. And you don't need to spend a whole ton of money to be able to get a quality instrument these days, thanks to the people at Thomann who supply Harley Benton guitars. You guys know that follow this channel. I love that brand because I've demoed, I don't know, 10, 15 of those different instruments, and every single time I've been beyond satisfied with that purchase. I really appreciate that for under $200 to your door, you can get something that is reliable, that feels good, because that's the other important thing. Yeah, there are a lot of brands that sell guitars in that kind of under $200 price range and above in some models, but not all of them feel very good. The Harley Benton guitars absolutely do, and even when it comes to comparing them to some higher end guitars, I made a video where I did a blind sound comparison between the Harley Benton TE62, a Fender JV modified Telecaster, and a Fender custom shop Telecaster, and the results, they may surprise you. If you're interested, you click up here and have fun with that video. But in all seriousness, they just make accessible, quality, affordable instruments, and there's something that I can highly recommend if you're a parent looking that doesn't want to spend, you know, $5, $6, $7, $8, $1,000 or euros, depending on where you are in the world, on a first or a second guitar for your kid. And just to wrap this video up, I want to talk about the impact that music has had on my child and her development, and the joy that that has brought me as a father. The first thing that we decided, because my wife is also a musician, she's a singer, we wanted to show encouragement no matter what instrument she showed interest in, whether it was singing, guitar, drums, ukulele, piano, whatever. She's dabbled in all those because all those have been around her. But most important thing of all is you have to allow them to be creative. Now, that might sound like a really basic thing. However, if you're a parent, especially if you have small children running around, you're tired, and you're tired a lot. Sometimes you're gonna hear loud notes, and they're gonna be really loud. You gotta keep a positive mental attitude, show encouragement, tell them that they're doing a great job, because they're just learning. They're not somebody who's a seasoned pro. You can't expect them to be perfect. Allowing them to, you know, feel like they have you in their corner no matter what, and all of the doors will open up in their mind, and before you know it, they'll be writing songs. And it's also translated to my daughter, and specifically writing stories and wanting to write musical shows involving characters that she's made up and playing music along with it. It is incredible. I can't put a price on it. It is really hard for me to put into words just how amazing it really does make me to feel to see her so enthusiastic, so enthralled with everything to do with this creativity. And all of it started because of the encouragement that we gave her and allowing her to just have all the fun in the world and not feel like she was ever bothering or hindering anybody. That's going to be where we're going to wrap up today's video. Again, Thomann are having their back to school sale. If you're interested in anything from that, the link is down below. But for everybody else, thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Tell somebody that you love that you do love them, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, everybody.